Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Em and my books are everywhere. Welcome to another What's Up Wednesday. This week I actually read so many more books than I thought I would have done in 1 week, so I have lots to talk about today. So let's just get started. The first book that I finished was Sanditon, but only the chapters that Jane Austen wrote. I still want to continue on with the rest of the book that was finished by another author in the 70s. I heard it was really good and I do want to finish that, but I was only able to finish the chapters that Jane Austen wrote during Jane Austen July. The next books that I finished are all either audio or ebooks, so I'll put pictures here. And the first one was Marble Hall Murders by Anthony Horowitz, and that's the third book that features Susan Ryland. I really enjoyed that book so much. When I first read Magpie Murders, I was so impressed that the book within a book was so Agatha Christie-like. I really enjoyed it, and this new story has a twist to it, but the book within a book, again, very like Agatha Christie, who you may know is my favorite author. So I very much enjoyed this book. The modern day story that was going on was very interesting as well. I love the character of Susan Ryland and the scrapes that she gets into when she's doing her investigations. So yes, that was a great read for me. The next book that I read was Murder in the Margins, and that is by Margaret Loudon, or Loudon, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. That was for Amy Marie from Books with Amy Marie, her Patreon book club. It was the book for July, even though our meeting was on August 1st. But I did finish that on time. It was a fun, cozy mystery. I enjoyed it so much that I immediately picked up a book 2 and I finished that one. And that one is called A Fatal Footnote. And this series deals with a writer that's American, but she ends up getting a residency at a bookstore in the UK. And so she moves there, and it just so happens that she was kind of like wanting to break up with her boyfriend, so she thought moving would be like a good test to see if she really wanted to break up with him or not, and kind of just like a fresh start. She had writer's block, and she was hoping that this new setting would help her with that. It was a fun mystery, some great characters in it. We had a great discussion at book club of the first book, and immediately I picked up the second book and finished that. I had Saturday overtime, so I listened to the audiobook while I was doing that. The next book that I finished was Sir Philip's Folly by Marion Chesney, and this is the fourth book in the Poor Relations series that she wrote of Regency romances. Now, I will give you a warning on this one. This one had a lot more, everything is off the page, but it had a lot more mentions of things. Two characters in particular with loose morals kind of said what they were up to. That was like not my favorite part and not what I remembered from the first time that I read this series. The other books in the series that I've reread so far this year have been totally fine, nothing that seemed out of place. This one went just a little farther than I like, but still not anything at all compared to spicy romances or anything like that. So still pretty clean. So those were the 5 books that I finished this week, and I have plenty of books that I'm currently reading. The first one is still A Novel Murder by Elizabeth Penny, and this is book 1 in the Secrets of the Castleton Manor Library, and I really want to make serious progress in this one this week. So I'm hoping that I get this one done by next Wednesday, because I'm really interested. I have a few books in this series, so I want to get them read and decide if I'm gonna keep them on my shelves or if I'm gonna take them to a little free library or donate them to the library or what have you, but unhaul them in some way. If I don't want them, I may enjoy them, but may decide that they don't warrant shelf space. But if they do, I like the look of these books. I think they're very nice. So I'm hoping that I really enjoy it, and it will be one that I'll want to reread and therefore keep. I am also reading the rest of the books either on ebook or audio, and the next one that I'm listening to is Murder Past Due by Miranda James, and that's a first book in a cozy mystery series. And this one is different than other cozies because the main character is Charlie, not a young woman that is going through some changes in her life. So he's an older man. He's pretty settled in his life, and he is the main character, and he has a cat that goes with him everywhere. That's just, it's been a fun story so far. I'm about halfway through it, listening to it on audio and enjoying that one. And the next book that I have started, I'm reading on Kindle. That's Ari Audrey and the Legend of the Fire Rose, and that's by Christy A. Cole. That was her debut novel, and she is a booktuber. If you're not following her or watching her channel, I urge you to go and do that. She has great videos, and right now she has a readathon going for the month of August that's different than a lot of readathons that are out there, and I am participating in that. Looking forward to putting up my little cards on my Instagram and in my community post here on YouTube, so look out for that. And then the next book that I'm currently reading for the Read Christie 2025, the selection for this month is 1-2 Buckle My Shoe, and that is, I've read that book a few times, and that concerns a dentist, and the dentist is murdered, and then there's another murder, and they think that the person that was targeted was a politician or a financier, one of the two. I just started listening to it again, so far not a lot has happened. But I love Agatha Christie, so I'm excited to continue listening to that. I'm listening to it on audio, and it's narrated by Hugh Fraser. He is my favorite narrator of any Agatha Christie book. I think he does a superb job, all of the ones that I've listened to. And up next, I have just a couple of books. The first one is Murder is a Piece of Cake, and this is by Valerie Burns, and it's book 2 in the Baker Street Mystery Series. I really enjoyed book 1, so I really want to get to this one too. This is a case where I probably will read it on the weekend. That's when I do most of my physical book reading during the week, because I'm like at work and doing things and stuff. I'll listen to audiobooks or maybe take an ebook because it's portable, very easy to carry, and I could snatch a minute or two here and there. So, but this one I'm eager to get to. And then the other one is an ebook, and that is a Jane Austen Education by William Deresiewicz. And this was one that I had hoped to finish for Jane Austen July, but I just didn't even crack it open, if you could say that about an ebook. But it is one that I want to read, and even though Jane Austen July is done, I still would like to go ahead and read it because I borrowed it from the library on ebook, and I don't want to have borrowed it for nothing. So that's what I have been up to this week. And as far as my reading goes, let me know what you've been reading, what you finished, what you're currently reading, what you have up next. Have you read any of the books that I talked about? Did you enjoy them? Let me know in the comments. I look forward to chatting with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.